We've got some Week 6 primetime football in our Madden 22 franchise with the Philadelphia Eagles. Today, the Birds are going to be rocking their all-black alternate jerseys as they play host to Tom Brady and the 5-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The defending champs are the only undefeated team left in the NFL, so the Eagles know they have their hands full, especially in a nationally televised game where the whole country is going to be watching. Jason Kelsey is going to talk to us about this short week. Since this game is on Thursday Night Football, we have less time to prepare, which is going to be a challenge considering we're playing such a great team in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're only 4 days removed from our previous game, a 17-14 victory over the Carolina Panthers to push us up to 3-2. So looking at the game plan, I want to focus on the intermediate passing game on both sides of the ball. That's where we've really focused on offense this year, and it's worked. Defensively, I want to focus there because that's Tom Brady's strength. He doesn't necessarily have the arm strength that he once did, but his accuracy and his precision up the middle of the field is very dangerous. We did get a practice injury. Greg Ward with an ACL sprain. He will be out today, so we're going to get a better look at some of the other receivers like Fulgham, Arcega-Whiteside, Hightower, and Kez Watkins. Hopefully one of them can step up with the absence of Ward. The assistant GM wants to talk to us about a draft prospect, strong safety Ernest Winters. Now, I have not introduced you guys to the draft class yet. The first prospect profiles will probably be in the next episode, but I guess we will get our first look here at Ernest Winters. He's not all that good, but they weren't lying about him having great IQ. Good play rec, good awareness. He's from Cornell, so clearly he's smart, but I don't know why the assistant GM thinks he's great at football, because to be honest, he's not. We have a breakout opportunity here for Akeem Davis-Gaither, the linebacker who we acquired in a trade last episode with the Cincinnati Bengals, and this is a great opportunity. We got him in the Zach Ertz trade, so if you missed last episode, we traded Ertz for Davis-Gaither and a 5th-round pick, and Davis-Gaither played really well in the win against Carolina last week, 8 tackles, 2 for loss, so if he plays pretty well today, we can get him up to star development. We're going to make a quick roster move. We're going to send Hakeem Butler up from the practice squad to the active roster, and Nate Herbig will go down to the practice squad. We switched Hakeem Butler's position over to tight end. I want to get him some snaps. He intrigues me a lot more than Richard Rodgers, so that's what we're going to do. I've gotten a lot of comments about the sliders. Now, they're not set in stone at all, but everyone wants to see them, so I figured I'd show them. I play on all-pro, 10-minute quarters, simulation game style, and I play a lot differently than other people, so if you use these sliders and they're not great for you, just be prepared. But if you do want to give them a shot, feel free, because I think they're at a pretty good place considering we're in week 2 of the Madden cycle. So let's get this one underway. Thursday Night Football, 3-2 Eagles hosting the 5-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know the Eagles just played the Chiefs a few weeks ago, but this might be an even tougher game. The Bucs head-to-toe have the best roster in the NFL. They have Tom Brady, who is still an elite quarterback. Many people regard him as the GOAT. And this year, he's had one of his best seasons yet. Through 5 games, he has nearly 1,600 yards, 17 passing touchdowns, and just 1 interception. So clearly, he is not showing signs of regression at the age of 44. Quick start for the defense. Ronald Jones going backwards. It's Fletcher Cox with the play. Fletcher Cox has been an animal. 4 sacks in the past 2 weeks, and he has really played some of his best football these past few games. 2nd and 11 now. Brady looking to throw it, and it will be caught by Chris Godwin. Darius Slay dragging him to the ground. Slay picked off Sam Darnold twice last week in the win. Slay now has 3 interceptions on the season, which leads the team. Now from the 38, it's a play-action fake. Brady looking to throw it, going up the middle, this time for Mike Evans. So far on both of his passes, he's picked on Darius Slay, which is pretty interesting because Slay has been locked down this year. 3rd and 7, it's intercepted by Steven Nelson. So the Eagles with a quick turnover to start the game. Brady only threw 1 interception in the first 5 weeks of the year. And on the first drive of today's game, boom, interception. That's Nelson's first of the season. And now we will get a look at the Eagles offense. led by Jalen Hurts, who, all things considered, had a pretty good game last week, especially considering the weather conditions of heavy rain and 17-mile-per-hour winds. He could have been a lot worse in the Carolina game, and overall, I think he's been pretty good this year. 2nd and 8, Hurts keeps it himself on the run, showing off that high level of mobility as he gains around 13 yards. If the Eagles can fire out the gates quickly here, I think they've got a legit shot to upset the defending champs. 3rd and 10, Hurts is under pressure and incomplete. Couldn't really find anybody open, didn't have enough time to throw it. Nice pressure by Vita Vea, so that'll send the field goal unit out. A 55-yard attempt here for Jake Elliott. The kick is up, and it is no good. Did not have the distance, it was also wide right. Elliott missed his first 2 field goals of the season last week. Again, keep in mind, it was rainy, and there were 17-mile-per-hour winds. But even in normal weather, he was not able to get that one in. So Tampa Bay has it back. Game still tied at 0. Good run by Ronald Jones. He did get flipped over by Anthony Harris, but he still does get the first down. Very next play from the 45. It's a play-action fake for Fournette. Brady goes up the middle for Mike Evans. That time it was Steven Nelson who got picked on, and Evans brings it to the 26. Other than the interception from Brady, which was a pretty bad throw, he has been very accurate other than that, and the Bucs have focused on the intermediate passing game. As I said, that's what you should expect. Now it's Godwin in the house for a touchdown, and Tampa Bay will strike first. Steven Nelson tried to play the ball, but he was too focused on trying to get the ball that Godwin was able to speed by him for the touchdown, and the Bucs now lead 7-0. Eagles with it. 2nd and 2. Jalen Reagor was wide open, but Hurts completely missed the throw. You just can't miss that pass with someone that wide open. And then sure enough on 3rd and 2, Miles Sanders does not get the first down. Devin White, the 3rd-year pro out of LSU, with the tackle, so a wasted opportunity there for the Eagles. And Philly really started this game off well, but it is quickly starting to slip away from them. Tampa Bay has it back. 3rd and 8. Brady's pass is dropped. Again, Steven Nelson goes for the ball. That time he was not able to hold on to it. It has been a very rocky up and down first quarter for Steven Nelson. He's done a lot of good things, but he's also done a lot of bad. 3rd and 7. Eagles need a big play, and they do. It's a 13-yard gain from a rookie, DeVonta Smith. Smith has been very consistent this season. He hasn't had any great performances, but he's gotten at least 50 yards every week. Miles Sanders now have a nice run here in the closing seconds of the first quarter. The Eagles' offense, for the most part, was not good in this quarter, but those last 2 plays, that 3rd down conversion for Smith and that run by Miles Sanders, should give Eagles fans some optimism as we exit the first quarter and now get on to the second. 7-0 your score, Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top. First play of the second quarter, it's going to be a fake jet sweep. Hurts looking to throw it. He's going to go downfield again for DeVonta Smith, who brings it to the 15-yard line. When the Eagles drafted Smith, they expected him to be the best receiver on this roster. And sure enough, that has definitely been the case. He has far and away been the best receiver on this team. 3rd and 11, short throw for Fulgham, who is pounded by Antoine Winfield Jr. That was a bad play by Jalen Reagor, because Reagor probably should have gone to try to block Winfield once he knew he was not getting targeted. And I think had he made that block, Fulgham could have gained a few yards, possibly even a first down. Philly will settle for the field goal, though. Jake Elliott does make it, and it is now 7-3. Elliott leads all kickers in the NFL in field goal makes and field goal attempts so far this season. He's been quite busy. Another dropped interception for Steven Nelson, and the up-and-down first half for him continues. Tom Brady keeps throwing his way, and although Nelson made him pay the first time, the past few attempts he's had butterfingers. 3rd and 1, there's Rob Gronkowski for a gain of 7. So far, Gronk has been held in check today. The Eagles have struggled against tight ends this year, but so far, other than that play, Gronk hasn't been all that impressive. 2nd and 10, it's a fumble, and it's picked up by Alex Singleton. Guess who it was with the force? It was Steven Nelson, who continues to be all around the ball today, whether that's for good or for bad, but that time, clearly it was good. He has now forced 2 turnovers in the first half, but the booth is going to review it. When we saw that replay, it looked a little bit suspect. Maybe Mike Evans' knee hit the ground. And yep, right there, his knee hit the ground. It looked like he was starting to lose possession before he went down, but I think it was once he was down by contact where he really lost possession. So the play is going to be reversed, and the Buccaneers will keep possession. A massive break for Tampa Bay. 3rd and 5. Brady's pass for Godwin is offline, so clearly the reverse fumble isn't that big of a deal. Tom Brady has not been overly accurate here in the second quarter. He's been a little bit disappointing for his standards today. 3rd and 9. Jalen Hurts on the run will scramble for the first down. Hurts' legs have been busy so far in this game. 4 carries, 34 yards. Now it's 3rd down from the 40. Hurts' arm has not been all that good today. Maybe he can get something going here, or maybe not. He could not find an open receiver in time before getting sacked by Ndamukong Suh for a loss of 10, so the Buccaneers do get the stop. And Tampa Bay's defense so far in this game has been unsurprisingly really impressive. Now from the 18, Brady looking to throw it. He gets it to Mike Evans. Evans will get it to the 40 for a gain of 22 yards. Mike Evans has been the model of consistency in his NFL career, over 1,000 yards in each of his first 7 seasons. And so far today, well, he's been quite good. Ronald Jones loses 3. Nice play by the defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave. Hargrave has been kind of disappointing this year. He hasn't really been all that impactful, but he does make a nice play there. And now it's 3rd and 14 for the Bucs. Brady up the middle for a wide open Antonio Brown. I don't know why the Eagles just chose not to cover him. That's a bold strategy, leaving Antonio Brown wide open. Even though Brown is getting older, now 33, he is still one of the better receivers in today's game. Brady with a bomb for Chris Godwin. It's a touchdown. Godwin with his 2nd score of the first half. You know who he burned on that play? Steven Nelson. It continues to be a roller coaster of the first half for Nelson, who had an interception, nearly forced a fumble, has had a few pass breakups that should have been intercepted, but he's also allowed 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, Brady keeps picking on him, and I guess it's working. Short throw for Fulgham, who breaks a couple tackles, running out of bounds at the 48. With no Greg Ward, it's kind of an audition for these other Eagles receivers, because it's not like Greg Ward was all that good when he was healthy. So this is a major opportunity for guys like Fulgham and Arcega-Whiteside and Kes Watkins to really show what they can do. Deep ball for Devontae Smith. He brings it to the 21. And now it seems like the Eagles' passing game is starting to get into a groove. Jalen Hurts was struggling early in this game, but now it seems like he's really figured some things out. 3rd and 10. Hurts under a lot of pressure. He was trying to throw it to Goddard, who was wide open in the back of the end zone, but he was hit as he throws, and it looked like he was aiming it for Sanders, but the intended target there was Goddard. 37-yard field goal attempt for Jake Elliott. That one will sail right down the middle, and the Eagles bring it within 8, as it is now 14-6. It's been a busy first half here for Jake Elliott. He's now 2 for 3 on field goals today. And now the Bucs get it back with about a minute left to go in the first half and all 3 timeouts. Brady up the middle for AB, who gains 18. Bucs quickly call timeout number 1. If there's somebody you want in a 1-minute drill like this, it's probably number 12, who happens to have 7 Lombardi rings on his fingers. So if there's someone made for this opportunity, it is Brady, as he connects again with Antonio Brown, who gets the first down, wrapped up by Slay. And the clock is ticking. The Bucs would not use a timeout there. And now we're down to 17 seconds. 2nd and 10 for Brady and company. He's going to look to throw it under pressure, and he goes short for Godwin, and the Bucs call their last timeout. So they're out of timeouts. You'd think maybe they'll go for a shot for the end zone, maybe they'll go for an out route, maybe they kick the field goal now. All of those are good options, but they choose to run the ball. What on earth would make you choose to run the ball up the middle when you're out of timeouts? I know that's a deep field goal, 54 yards, but Ryan Suckup is a good kicker. And if you don't think he can make it from that far, I don't know, try to throw a 10-yard out, try to get closer. So very questionable play calling there at the end of the first half from the Bucs. But hey, it's still a one-score game, 14-6. Since this is the first game of the week, we can't really talk about the other games because they haven't happened yet. Looking at the game plan, we're going to switch it offensively from throw it medium to throw it short, and then defensively we're going to stick with intermediate passing. So on to the second half, 2nd and 7. Hurts connects with Travis Fulgham, his 2nd catch of the game, bringing it to the 44. Fulgham had a lot of good moments last year. He hasn't really been able to play a ton this year, but with obviously Greg Ward's injury, he gets an audition here. 3rd and 8. Dallas Goedert with a nice play, fighting for the first down yardage. He does get about 10, and that'll keep the chains moving. Goddard has been really impressive this year. Now that he's officially the full-time starter out of Zach Ertz's shadow, I fully expect him to be even better. Hurts now, risky throw. It's picked off by Jordan Whitehead, his 3rd of the year. Jalen Hurts had a very similar throw last week. He trusted his accuracy a little bit too much, trying to loft it over the defensive back for Devontae Smith. Last week it was Shaq Thompson with the interception. This week it's Whitehead. So Jalen Hurts, again, a little bit too much confidence there, but I guess it's better to be overconfident than underconfident, but still not a great throw. Bucs have it back. Mike Evans brings it to the 50, wrapped up by Steven Nelson, continuing his eventful day, which usually if you're having an eventful day as a corner, that's probably not a good thing, although he has had a few nice plays. I got to give him some credit. There's Chris Godwin with the first down. Again, Steven Nelson in coverage. He was the one with the quick tackle. And the Bucs are moving it down the field nicely. They have it at the 37. Brady up the middle, nearly intercepted by Slay, but it goes right through his hands, and it's caught by Evans, who brings it to the 9. And the Buccaneers are getting awfully close to the end zone. Evans with 6 catches for a $112 on the day. 3rd and goal from the 2. Handoff for Lombardi Lenny. Leonard Fournette with the touchdown, and the Buccaneers will extend the lead. It's now 21-6 with about 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I don't think the Eagles are out of this game per se, but the offense has to play better because, quite frankly, the offense today has not been good. 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts with a strike, and it's caught by J.J. Arcega-Whiteside for the first down. That's Arcega-Whiteside's first catch of the year. He's been a very disappointing draft pick for the Eagles. They could have had DK, they could have had McLaurin, but no, they took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That was a nice catch, though. 3rd down and inches. Kerryon Johnson does not get the first down, wrapped up by Devin White. So on 4th and 1, the Eagles will elect to go for it. The Bucs send a full-out blitz, and Goddard is wide open, who gets it to the 31. The Eagles were originally going to run the ball there, but Jalen Hurts called an audible. He saw so many players in the box, recognized, hey, somebody's going to be open, and that proved to be a great decision. That's the type of play that a veteran quarterback makes. And then, sure enough, the Eagles will score as a result. On 3rd down, it's Devontae Smith with the touchdown. Nice drive from Jalen Hurts. Nice play by Smith. And the Eagles bring you within 1 possession as they would elect to kick the extra point. So it is an 8-point game. So technically, the Eagles are only down by 1 score, which, all things considered, through 3 quarters, not too shabby. The Eagles are still in a little bit of trouble since they are down by 8, and they don't have the football. The Bucs do. So if Tampa Bay can move down the field, score some points here, make it a 2-score game, they can really put themselves in a good spot to finish this one off. First play of the 4th quarter, 2nd and 7. It's a handoff for Ronald Jones, who has nice room up the middle. He gets around 10. The Bucs really have not tried to run the ball today, and when they have, to be fair, it hasn't really worked. That's not good for Akeem Davis-Gaither's breakout challenge, though, because I think the easiest task for him would be a tackle for loss, and when they're not running the ball, it's kind of hard to get those. Good catch by Mike Evans to bring it to around the 50. Tampa Bay is really churning it well. They now have it at the 30. They're in field goal range, and their offense is having no trouble on this drive, as this time it's Scotty Miller who brings it half the distance to the goal line, and the Bucs keep pushing forward. Now from the 15-yard line, Brady, it feels like, has been in the zone really for most of this second half, and with him playing so well, he's not going to get out of it. Again, it's a gain of 10 for Mike Evans. I know the Eagles game planned around the intermediate pass game, which was clearly a smart decision, but they didn't game plan well because the intermediate passing game has been exactly what has killed them today. 2nd and goal, it's the big fullback with the rushing touchdown, so Tampa Bay will further their lead. It's now 28-13, and the Bucs have all of the momentum at the moment. Screen for Kenneth Gainwell, who gets a nice first down. It's been a pretty quiet game for Kenneth Gainwell today. He has had a strong rookie season, but today hasn't made much of an impact. First down, Jalen Hurts scrambling to the right side. He's going to choose to run with it, and he has open room as he slides it around the 41-yard line for a gain of 18. The Eagles have not really ran the ball well today. Miles Sanders has not been all that productive, but Jalen Hurts' legs have been good. Speaking of Sanders, he does get a nice first down run, one of his better carries of the day, but 13 rushing attempts, only 39 yards. He really has not been all that great. The Eagles' run blocking has been not all that good in this game. First down up the middle for a gain of 18 for Devontae Smith. Smith is now over 100 yards on the day for the first time in his career. He's been close quite a few times, but to officially get over 100 is quite the milestone. First down, Sanders loses 2 or 3, but there's a flag. Face mask against Levante David, so that'll push the Eagles forward. And more importantly, it's an automatic first down. So a bad play there by David, and now that gives the Eagles offense a new opportunity. Second and goal from the 4. Short pass for Miles Sanders, who will waltz into the end zone for 6. The Eagles would elect to just kick the extra point again, so it still is an 8-point game, 28-20. So pretty much Philadelphia here with 2 minutes to go needs a stop, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. That's a tall task, especially considering they're playing against Tom Brady, but we'll see if they can do it. Third down and 3. First play after the 2-minute warning. It's a handoff to the right side for Jones, who bounces off the blocker, gets a first down. Smart play by Darius Slay to tackle him out of bounds so the Eagles don't have to use a timeout. But still, that would have been a really big stop had the Eagles been able to get it. Very next play for Tampa Bay. It seems like they're actually trying to run the ball well. And it's starting to work. Ronald Jones with room up the middle gets another first down. And the Eagles will call timeout number 1. The Bucs really did not run the ball well at all in this game up until this drive, but if they can chew clock and run the ball efficiently, they can end the game pretty much. Second and 4, Jones to the right side, that'll do it. He gets the first down. Eagles call the final timeout. A few plays later, the Bucs would call a couple of kneels, and they're going to attempt a field goal, trying to add some salt in the wounds. A very unnecessary field goal, but it does go in, and that's how the game ends. The Bucs tried to end the Eagles' streak of only having 1-possession games. This is the first game all year for the Eagles that the deficit has been more than 1 possession, all because the Bucs are sore winners. 31-20 is your final. Tampa Bay improves to 6-0. The Eagles will fall to 3-3. Going into this game, I did not expect the Eagles to win, so I do give them credit for really hanging in there until the end. And I do think the team, specifically the offense, really improved as this game went along. Tom Brady did Tom Brady type things. Now, Brady wasn't perfect in this game. He had the bad interception early, but he was very efficient as the game went along. Jalen Hurts really struggled early in this game, but I think the interception for him was a big wake-up call. And after Jalen Hurts threw the interception, it really seemed like he played a lot better, and the offense really improved after that turnover. So I give Jalen Hurts some credit for really waking up after that play, but had he been awake the entire game, then maybe the result of this one would have been different. Still, regardless, I think it was a pretty good outing for him as he continues his strong season. Running the ball, neither team really ran it consistently. Ronald Jones did have a good final drive. Jalen Hurts ran it well, 5 carries, 52 yards. Miles Sanders was not great, 14 carries, 37 yards. Kerryon and Gainwell both didn't really do anything either. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were both very good. They combined for 250 receiving yards today. Devontae Smith, 6 catches for 107 and a touchdown. Probably the best game of his young career, which is great to see. And then looking at the blocking and the defensive stats, the past 2 games, there's been a lot of pass rush from the Eagles. Today, not so much. The only sack in the entire game was by Ndamukong Suh, and then interceptions from Whitehead and Nelson. And as you can see, Akeem Davis gave her 3 tackles, none for loss, no sacks, no interceptions, no fumble force. So he did not complete the breakout challenge, unfortunately. I did notice Devontae Smith's development trait is almost revealed. He needs to play another 16 downs, and then we will finally figure it out. Hopefully it's something good. I already know what his development trait is, but it would be cool if it was one of the higher ones. So Jason Kelce wants to talk to us after the game. He said he didn't think the short week would affect us, but it did. I think we lost because we played a really good Bucs team. I don't know if it was just because of the short week. Akeem Davis Gaither obviously does not complete the breakout challenge. I still view him as a big piece of the future, but it would have been nice to have him get star dev. So going into week 7, we had a lot to talk about, including our GM wanting to talk to us about someone who's currently in free agency. We have another breakout player, and Nate Herbig was signed off our practice squad by Tennessee. Our opponent is the 2-4 Las Vegas Raiders. Now, going into this game, we have to worry about Darren Waller because we've really struggled against top-tier tight ends this season like Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, and Travis Kelce. And, well, our tight end schedule does not get easier as we face off against Waller. A few other really good players on this team like Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr is a quality quarterback. The Raiders have a good offense, but their defense is not good, at all, so I am expecting a high-scoring game. Also, next episode, we will have the very first prospect profile of the season. For those of you who have stuck around until the end of the video, you can get your first look at some of the top players in this year's draft class. So I'm excited to really dive into a few of these players, and we're going to have a few prospect profiles throughout the season to get ourselves acclimated with this year's draft class. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.